Hello Yankees universe, welcome back to New York Yankees News Network, your #1 stop for all things Bronx Bombers. Today's video is absolutely loaded with major breaking updates straight from the Pinstripes dugout, all surfacing just a few hours ago. From clubhouse controversy to roster shakeups and the return of a Titan, this is one of those episodes you just can't afford to miss. So if you bleed navy blue and white and live for every pitch, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss a single Yankees headline. Now let's jump right into the first massive update of the day. Update 1. Boone under siege. Yankees collapse deepens after another bullpen disaster. The calls to fire Boone just got louder, and this time, it's not just frustration, it's panic. The Yankees suffered yet another brutal loss, this time in extra innings to the Texas Rangers, and fans are starting to wonder, how much more can this team take before everything breaks? Monday night's clash at Globe Life Field was a roller coaster of emotions that ended in heartbreak. Despite building an early 3-0 lead, the Yankees fell 8-5 in 10 innings, marking their fourth straight loss and plunging their record to 60 wins and 53 losses. They've now slipped to third place in the American League East, hanging on just barely above the Tampa Bay Rays. The loss was the perfect storm of everything wrong with this team right now. Wasted chances, bullpen breakdowns, and inconsistency at the worst times. It started with a promising spark. The Yankees loaded the bases in both the first and second innings and failed to cash in either time. They did manage to scratch across 3 runs early thanks to a massive 415-foot blast by Giancarlo Stanton, his 10th homer in his last 24 games. But after that, the offense went silent. On the mound, Max Fried couldn't hold the early lead. He surrendered 4 runs on 8 hits over 5 innings, walking 3 and striking out 8. It was a gritty outing, but not nearly enough to stabilize a fragile pitching staff. Then came the bullpen and the unraveling. For a moment, it looked like redemption. Luke Weaver, Camilo Doval, and David Bednar pitched well and helped the Yankees carry a slim 1-run lead into the 9th. But just when hope began to bloom, Devin Williams gave up a game-tying homer to Jock Pederson. In the 10th, Jake Bird recorded 2 quick outs, issued an intentional walk, and then served up a crushing 3-run walk-off bomb to Josh Jung. Offensively, the Yankees had a chance to regain control in extras, putting runners at the corners with 1 out, but Austin Wells grounded into a double play, ending the threat and effectively the game. This game wasn't just another notch in the loss column. It was a microcosm of the team's meltdown since June 13th, when they began an ugly 18 wins and 28 losses stretch. They're now 0 wins and 6 losses in road extra inning games, and 3 wins and 7 losses overall in extras this season. Let's be clear, this isn't about one bad game anymore. The issues are systemic. The once elite offense is sputtering. Since June, the Yankees ranked near the bottom of the league in hitting with runners in scoring position. Injuries have decimated the rotation. Garrett Cole and Clark Schmidt are out for the year, and the fill-ins aren't cutting it. Meanwhile, the bullpen has gone from reliable to reckless. Weaver's early brilliance has faded. Devin Williams is shaky, and even the deadline additions Bednar, Doval, and Bird are still trying to find their footing. And then there are the mental errors. From routine grounders booted by Anthony Volpe to bizarre base-running gaffes, this team often looks more like a AAA club than a postseason contender. Which brings us back to Aaron Boone. Yes, he's been a consistent leader during his tenure. Yes, his teams have bounced back before. But right now, the cracks are showing. Since Boone took over in 2018, only Houston and Los Angeles have won more games, but none of that matters if this team collapses down the stretch. Still, a midseason firing is highly unlikely. GM Brian Cashman has never been one for impulsive moves. The Yankees haven't fired a coach during the season since 1995. Boone's connection to the clubhouse remains strong, and ownership still believes in his communication skills, especially important in the high-pressure New York media circus. But let's be honest, if the Yankees miss the playoffs, Boone's seat will go from warm to incinerated. For now, Boone is safe, but the clock is ticking. The Yankees need to turn it around and fast. Tuesday's game is a must-win. Will Warren takes the mound with the season hanging in the balance. So, Yankees universe, is this just another slump, or is the dynasty dream finally collapsing? Let me know in the comments. Update 2. Yankees sign veteran Kenta Maeda amid rotation crisis. Smart gamble or desperate move? In a move that screams both low risk and high urgency, the Yankees have officially signed veteran right-hander Kenta Maeda to a minor league contract, assigning him to AAA Scranton Wilkes Barre. It's a headline that has fans buzzing, but is Maeda the answer to New York's rotation woes or just another bandage on a deep wound? Let's break it down. Maeda, now 37 years old, has had a career full of highs and more recently, painful lows. After struggling with the Detroit Tigers, posting a disastrous 6.09 earned run average over 112 and one-third innings in 2024, he was moved to the bullpen, designated for assignment, and eventually released. This season began no better. After giving up 7 earned runs in just 8 innings for Detroit's bullpen, he was cut again and scooped up by the Chicago Cubs on a minor league deal. In AAA Iowa, Maeda's early outings were flat-out horrendous. He had a 24.30 earned run average through 3 starts, including one outing where he allowed 9 runs in a single inning. At that point, it looked like the end of the road. But something clicked. Over his last 9 starts for Iowa, Maeda has quietly started to turn things around. He posted a 3.55 earned run average with a 20% strikeout rate and under 9% walk rate. In his most recent 3 starts, he owns a 3.18 ERA over 17 innings, and his strikeout rate has climbed to 27.5%. Sure, it's cherry-picking a small sample, but for a Yankees club with a depleted rotation, any flicker of momentum matters. And let's face it, the Yankees need arms. They're down Garrett Cole and Clark Schmidt for the rest of the year, both victims of Tommy John surgery. Veteran Carlos Carrasco was flipped to the Braves. Ryan Yarbrough is on the shelf with an oblique strain. Even Luis Gil, who made his season debut just days ago, got shelled, allowing 5 earned runs with 4 walks in 3 1/3 innings. That leaves Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Will Warren, and Cam Schlittler, all of whom are struggling with consistency and workload. Adding Maeda cost the Yankees virtually nothing. The Tigers are still paying most of his salary, so if he does eventually get promoted, the Yankees will only owe him a prorated league minimum. It's a financially smart move with 0 downside. The real question is, what does Maeda have left in the tank? The good news is that Maeda has a history of playoff experience, a strong ground ball rate around 45%, and the kind of veteran poise that could come in handy in high-leverage situations. If his mechanics and command are finally back in sync, he could be a crucial swingman or spot starter down the stretch. Worst case, he flames out in Scranton. Best case, he gives the Yankees exactly what they need, a reliable, experienced arm to help bridge the gap in a battered rotation. This is the kind of under-the-radar move that has made winners out of struggling teams in October. So, will Kenta Maeda be the unexpected X factor in the Yankees' playoff push, or just another forgettable flyer? Yankees universe, sound off in the comments. Should Maeda be called up soon? Or is this just desperation disguised as strategy? Update 3. The captain returns. Yankees. Welcome back, Aaron Judge, to save the season. Yankees fans, rejoice. After a 10-day absence that felt like an eternity, Aaron Judge is officially back in the lineup, and not a moment too soon. The 6'7", 282-pound MVP contender rejoined the team in Texas on Monday night and was activated off the injured list today, just in time for Game 2 of the Rangers series. And make no mistake, this isn't just a player returning, it's a lifeline. Judge has been battling a right flexor strain in his elbow, an injury that forced him to the sidelines on July 26th. In his absence, the Yankees went just 4 wins and 6 losses and were swept by the Marlins in embarrassing fashion. They scored only 3 total runs in the final 2 games of that Miami series and have now dropped 4 straight, including last night's extra inning heartbreaker. Simply put, the Yankees without Judge are a .500 team. With him, they're contenders. Manager Aaron Boone, speaking before Monday's game, summed it up best. It's Aaron Judge. We know what he means to our lineup, to the guys in the room. As of now, Judge will return strictly as a designated hitter while beginning a throwing program this week. The timeline for his return to right field remains uncertain. The Yankees will monitor how his arm responds before making that call. That raises a domino question: what happens to Giancarlo Stanton? Stanton, who hit his 10th homer in 24 games last night, will essentially be relegated to bench duty for the moment. Boone is leaving the door open for Stanton to play the outfield when the team returns to Yankee Stadium this weekend, but his long injury history and current elbow tendonitis make that scenario dicey at best. In the meantime, expect to see an outfield rotation of Hassan Dominguez in left, Trent Grisham in center, and Cody Bellinger in right, with Austin Slater and Ahmed Rosario stepping in based on matchups. But all eyes will be on Judge, because when he's in the lineup, everything changes. Before going on the injured list, Judge was having another MVP caliber season. Batting .342 with 37 home runs and an eye-popping 1.160 OPS. He was also playing elite defense in right field, but for now, his bat alone is more than welcome. Still, fans should temper expectations just a bit. Judge's presence is a major boost, but it won't fix every issue overnight. The Yankees are still 18 wins and 28 losses since mid-June. The rotation is tattered, the bullpen is inconsistent, and the lineup around him has been cold. This team needs a jolt, and Judge might just be the only one capable of delivering it. But if he's even close to full strength, watch out. Because if Judge returns to form and stays healthy, he could carry this team back into playoff form just like he's done before. So Bronx faithful, let me ask you, can Judge save the Yankees season again? Or are we asking too much from one man? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. And there you have it, Yankees Universe. 3 breaking headlines straight from the Pinstripes front lines. Boone's job on the line after another bullpen meltdown. Kenta Maeda joins the Yankees AAA squad in a quiet but strategic depth move. And the return of Captain Aaron Judge, ready to rescue the Bronx Bombers just in time. If you found this update valuable, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow fans, and smash that subscribe button to stay in the loop with every swing, strike, and storyline. This is New York Yankees News Network, your home for daily Yankees coverage. Until next time, stay loyal, stay loud, and as always, let's go Yankees.